right. Well, thank you, Larry, for coming here and meeting with me today.
Yeah, thank you so much, mate. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, how was your flight?
Oh, it was great, smooth. Just coasted right into Bristol.
Perfect. Have you seen any of, I guess, attractions in the area since you've been here?
Well, it was a red eye, so we just kind of went around to
Absolutely.
some of the nightlife though. That was really exciting.
Perfect.
Yeah, you guys know how to handle your liquor.
Is that something you have a passion for? Is like nightlife?
Nightlife, yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of fun. It's definitely a step up over here from Rexburg, but yeah, no, I enjoy it. I also enjoy getting a good night's rest though.
Yeah, I'm very much the same. I could go out and drink and just do some more socially rather than just personally. I've really loved living in London. A little bit about me, I've been here for about 10 years. And the convenience of being here at our location. There's a pub just around the corner. So I go for lunch every week,
Great.
just usually on a Friday. Can't really spend too much of the budget as we're in a recession. But I guess since you've been here, what's impressed you most since you've been in London?
I guess what's impressed me most has been you Londoners are very friendly. I've gotten to know a lot of people here. I actually already have some friends that are in town,
Okay.
so that's really exciting. And I'm just kind of excited to get to know more about the culture.
Perfect. We want to make that your goal. We want to make you feel comfortable and confident and just have you have the best experience. We would, and well, me and some of the other executives were looking over your resume, and we were really impressed with your degree and you having an MBA. And we want to be considerate of that fact. That's something we're looking for in our company's experience. But what would you say is your greatest strength? What would you be bringing to our company?
I would say my greatest strength was delegating. I have a really strong personality that's able to share with others, and
Yeah.
I'm able to kind of figure out what tasks need to be done in what order. A thing that really bothers me is issues that are unresolved, so I'm really good at putting other people on those tasks if I need to be focused somewhere else.
Yeah, I think that's really important, especially in social media, is the ability to problem solve. Are you comfortable working in teams, or you a very like kind of lone wolf kind of person?
I am comfortable working in teams. I do really enjoy every person having a specific role to play, just kind of so everyone feels like they're having value. But whether that's by yourself or with a team, to me, both have very important positions.
Yeah, I agree. I think what you said about having like positions and having like a role is really important. And we've been looking at a different, I guess, a couple different roles for somebody of your caliber, and just trying to figure out how you'd best fit our company. How did you find out about our company actually?
Yeah, actually, after I finished my MBA, I was just kind of exploring some options. I applied through Mary, who is with your company, and we
Mhm.
talked a lot. She's really great, and I look forward to talking to her again after our interview, actually.
Perfect.
Yeah, and so that was kind of what got me interested.
So what did you speak about with Mary? What did she cover with you in regards to our company?
Yeah, so she was the one who
Oh no.
she was the one who I talked about, where we discussed my position. She was actually the one who, she's offered me a lot of help
Okay.
with this process of me possibly taking this position. And she also mentioned a couple other positions that you're looking for in your company right now.
Yeah, for sure. So what was it, just so I'm clear, what was Mary offering you in your conversation?
Well, we actually didn't talk about specifics for
Okay.
the job. That was going to be handled in this interview right now. But after I talked to her, I did do some research on the industry currently, and I was able to get a pretty good baseline of what expected salary could be for this position, as well as some other benefits.
Yeah, I love what you said about kind of just us as a company trying to fit the needs, trying to make our employees feel comfortable, and especially as you're coming from America. I personally, I make the trip every single year to different conventions and such. And she was right on the head when she said that she could make you guys feel the transition to be eased for you. So what positions specifically, I guess actually no positions. So we would be looking to fill the sales manager position at this time. And from the strengths you mentioned about being able to delegate and having that importance with teams, we really want to make that a foundation for you. And we really want to make you feel welcome in our company in all of aspects of things. But what is it that you would require? What would make you feel more comfortable in the job transition process? What can we do for you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when I talked to Mary, she actually mentioned that you were looking for a senior sales manager. And I actually became really interested in that position because I'm really looking for a job where I can kind of help oversee and use my strength of delegating
Okay.
to work for your company. And so I was wondering if I could also be an applicant for that position.
Well, we would love to consider you with all of our applicants. I guess just a little more information on the subject. So the position with the senior sales manager is actually it's a 5-year experience program. And as you just graduated and you have an MBA and you're anxious to get into the job fields, we'd love to monitor that, and we'd love to prepare for that later on in a couple years' time. That could be a goal for us as we understand the value you bring to our company and we understand the relationship that we can build.
Okay, absolutely. And just so you know a little bit more about my experience, I do have an MBA, but I also have 3 years of managing experience. So I am 2 years short, but I also have experience. I worked with my professor on a very high level project. Him and I worked very closely, and it ended up being a phenomenal success.
Perfect.
And so if that could qualify me for the senior position, I would be very interested. Otherwise, I would be happy to work for a trial period in the senior position, and you'd of course evaluate my performance and see if we could continue that, or whether I would be better off as a junior sales.
Perfect. Well, I think you hit it yourself when you said that we would really love to use procedure in having a trial period, anywhere from 9 months to a year to understand the skills you have in that, I guess, that department of being a senior sales manager. We have 5 sales managers in our company, and they interact often, so you wouldn't be alone. You wouldn't be doing everything yourself. But as that is the procedure, I couldn't offer you the senior sales position right now. But there are benefits to both positions. There are benefits to starting as a sales manager, and as you said, we'd love to have that under review. So how seriously are you considering coming to London and working for a company?
Well, I am strongly considering it. I have been offered another position, and that position is offering me a salary of £70,000.
Yeah.
And it is cheaper to live there than it is to move to London. So that is something that I do need to take into consideration. I do highly respect your company, and I would love to find a way to make it work where I could work for you. I would just need to find a way to be able to afford to come there, because I do have a little bit of student debt I'd like to pay off, and I really need some payment up front to be able to pay for my move, as well as to pay for housing and just various expenses.
You mentioned, just so I understand correctly, you mentioned that you would love our help in paying for your student loans, and you'd love for us to accommodate you in the transition period, and that you would love to be valued, whether that's through benefits or through a salary base. Because of the recession right now, our company has taken some cuts, I'll be honest with you, and we really, excuse me, we are looking for highly qualified and highly valuable employees. Within the last 2 years, we've only hired 2 employees, and that's because of, I guess, the need for value, and we haven't found what we're looking for yet. And so with what you said, with that other company and with living in a cheaper location, I wouldn't sacrifice the quality of being here in London for living somewhere else. I love it here. It brings value to my family. We are so close to going and traveling Europe, and it's a blessing of our employees that we give them 9 paid holidays a year. so they can experience that for themselves. Is that something that you would do with your family? You'd love to travel, or?
I would absolutely love to travel and explore. Uh, the main, I am a little bit concerned with the starting base salary, and I was just wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about what the pay is for this position.
Perfect. As you'd be within a trial period, we'd love to start you actually at £58,000, and that includes an offer, especially with your family. Do you have kids? If I could ask, Larry.
I do not. No.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
So is it just yourself and your
It's
wife?
it's just myself. Yep.
Perfect. Well, even though it is for family, we have a family package, but we love to offer that for yourself. You mentioned one of your greatest concerns. I mean, you're not paying for children, so you don't need anything for that. But one of your concerns was your school payments, your student loans. And so we'd love to be considerate of that. We'd love to offer you a lump sum, depending on when you could be here, depending on how we can make you, how we can help that transition. But I just want to quickly interject as well. What is your current situation? When could we have you here in London to start working?
Well, if this all works out, I would be available to work here within the next couple of weeks.
Okay, so are we looking at like 3 to 4 weeks, or is this 2 weeks, or how long
2
do you give
weeks.
your notice?
2 weeks at the most. I could be here.
Perfect. And that is amazing, actually. We were looking to fill that position. With your student loans, actually, how much of your student loans are you needing to pay off within the next 6 months?
Within the next 6 months, I would love to pay as much as I can. It's a very expensive MBA program, but it was very good quality. And obviously, the more I let that loan sit, the more interest I'm going to have to pay off. So I guess ideally I would want to pay off all of it within the next couple of years.
We agree completely. I just paid mine off, actually. So I'm just kind of thinking over the details of things. If we were to consider a £58,000 starting salary, that base salary, and we just started within the review process, we started offering a bonus after the 90-day period, so after 3 months, so half of that time, and we could offer to pay £10,000 towards paying off your student debt. And if the trial period goes well, we actually have the availability to offer a 35% bonus of your salary within that first year. So we'd pay within that 3-month period, the 90-day period of trial, we'd give you £10,000 to pay towards your student loans. And then at the end of the year, depending on performance, we'd offer you a bonus of 35%.
Okay, I really appreciate the offering to pay assist with tuition. I am a little bit. I was just a little curious. According to my research, I found that a lot of the jobs fitting this description were more in the 70,000 to 80,000 pound range.
Yeah.
And usually a lot of them included maybe a 35 to 40,000 pound bonus as well,
Okay.
Plus a 50% commission base. Would you be able to offer anything like that to kind of compensate for the lower salary?
So within the details of the commission, we do offer commission to our employees, dependent on performance, of course. And so we could play around with salary. I'd feel comfortable doing that. Within the bonus range, if you are performing well, and as we are on a trial period within the 5 years to being a senior manager, at the 2-year mark, I would feel comfortable in increasing your bonus yearly to 47%. So within that year, you have £88,200 within that year, and that's such a jump from making £81,000, and that includes having your student tuition, your student loans be making a chunk of that.